Sure did. It's the 441 Martians.
Okay.
Welcome to the 33rd universe episodes. We about to kick it with my partners and my folks, so close the door. If you hungry for some knowledge, yeah, you got it, here we go. For my leaders and my queens, we building on Astro. Yo, watch out for the trap, though we riding down 33rd. She said, what's the word, bro? Finna get rich and spend some seeds in the dirt, folk. Cultivate, just look away, return, be all good, Joe. Thinking proper, hey, can't stop you. You're living like a god, evading off the sides. Aquarius on Manhattan, out the bar and on the rise. We building enterprise. Yo, shout to all my guys who have a more dream. We shaking up the skies. Oh, don't be surprised, the galaxy stars all aligned. Now we on a magic carpet and we taking flight. I'm Aladdin with my genie and my jasmine. We just fine. Mushroom how we out of sight. Rainbow portals got it light. Space stage, we forever. Don't do nothing out of spite. Intuition stay on high. Chakra body, yeah, it's light. DEA illuminated. Look me in my third eye. Shut the front door, let's explore. What's the 441? Who all in here be the one? Shut the front door, let's explore. What's the 441? Who all in here be the one? Shut the front door, let's explore. What's the 441? Who all in here be the one? Shut the door, we dreaming more. What's the 441? Who all in here be the one? Hold up, y'all. Let me get some. Yes, sir. Now we just kicking it today, family. I'm in the studio working on art and stuff, so we back live, man. I was talking about Astro to myself, per usual, but I was just thinking about the particular things that you need as a parent, to equip yourself with the understanding of who your child is, you know? So I just wanted to share a few pointers for my parents out there, because it's hard as a parent. It's hard enough as a parent because there's so many distractions that they put on these kids, you know what I mean? We don't even want to talk about the distractions. We're just trying to come up with solutions and new vibes. I think this was too big, let's see. New vibes to give our kids, man, you know? So, as you build with your child and you learning your child, organically you're going to know your child anyway, especially if that's your biological child. You're going to organically have a knowing, an innate understanding as to what to teach them. But it's very cool to always have like an extra piece of confidence to know, okay, this is the right space. He's not slow. he ain't slow. It's not that. Let me just figure this out. So you're thinking about different planetary signatures in their chart that you want to go to when you're dealing with a child, because their psychology is important and their emotional base is important at the home. So the first two things I like to look at is what's the child's moon sign, what's the child's Mercury sign. Those two things off the bat, and this is applicable for anything, anybody. I'm just talking about children and relating to your children and being able to pick up on key developmental situations, because situations can be problematic, or there can be something that you can capitalize on depending on how you see it. So if you're able to get in front of the child's astro chart, you can kind of see where they're headed. You can see what their progression is about. And I got videos on progression in YouTube. Might have to dig and look for them, but progressions are important to know as well for yourself any damn way. But let's get my music off here, because I can't hear nothing but a bunch of cussing. Who is that cussing on that radio like that? Who is cussing like that? All right, good. So progression is important, but you want to check out their moon sign. The moon sign gives a natural, reactive, reflective energy. When they're most comfortable is when you'll get a lot of their moon energy. When they're at home, you'll get a lot of their moon energy because they're kind of let their guard down. Their ego is chilling. It's kind of like when you go at nighttime, when the sun goes away and the moon is out. You're inside, you're relaxing, reflecting, just thinking. You might say anything, because you're at home. You're not watching your mouth. You're not watching the way you eat. Most people are just trifling. Anyway, they're going to do it, out the house. But you know what I'm trying to say. You get that reactive energy from your child. So their moon sign tells a lot about them. Sun signs, not so much yet, because we develop into our ego. We develop into our sun and our light. That's our future self, really. And you'll see a lot more of their moon sign at home. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get my little rings right. You know what I'm saying? I'm making rings. You know what I mean? Copper energy. This is raw copper. So this raw copper can gather the energy from the aura. And put it into the aura. It's gathering light, sunlight rays. It's gathering etheric energy that's crossing your path as it touches this copper. This is one of the most magnetic materials that you can find. So it's always great to have you some copper on your body. If you're not able to get some copper on your body, at least keep it around the house or something. Get you like a copper little, like some material, and just have it around the house, like a signal, like a Wi-Fi signal. You know what I'm saying? The Wi-Fi signal, you can really pick up on more vibe. So, just for example, I got my copper ring on my thumb right here, keeping me grounded, getting me grounded. Then I got my Amazonite, I believe. This is on my fire energy. So this keeps me calm. This keeps my energy calm so that I'm not allowing anxiety to attack me because I'm an anxious person, And then I have on my ring finger, I have my rose quartz, which is, the love energy. But putting it on my ring finger, it kind of logicizes, that's what I said. It logicizes my love frequency. It kind of allows me to step back because I'm a very, very rose-colored lover. Nigga like to look at Disney movies when I grew up. I can't blame that on nobody but my family. But, it helps me logicize. So I use, I'm just saying that to say, I use my tools based on a specific tone. So if you need to know which crystals you need to use, holler at Mode. That's my beautiful sister. She gives out prescriptions. She does prescriptions and scribes you a particular stone for a particular mood that you may be having. Now, if you need me to come wrap your stone up, you know what I'm saying? I got you. So me and her tag team, we get you right. This stuff works, man. I still got my, man, this one's my favorite. I still got my blue tiger's eye wrapped up. I've been having this thing on every day, all day. I got to rewrap this because this bad boy getting tired. She needs a sage bath and a cleanup. I'm gonna throw her back into rotation after the bath. You feel me? But yeah, man. Parenting at home. You got your moon sign. That moon sign is very key because that ain't right. No, that ain't right. The moon sign is key because it's so reactive, man. It's super reactive, and you're going to see that before you see a lot of different energy in their chart. Those are signatures. And then where is that moon sign? What house is that moon sign? The house is very important because if their moon is in the first house, he'll be a very emotional person from the face. He probably be a crybaby. She or he probably be a crybaby because that energy is on the first house. First of all, it's very immature because it's in the first house. Second of all, it's Aries, so Aries is an expressive energy, so it's going to express that emotion. One of the oh man, I need my little ring. Hold on, y'all. I need this. Second placement, which is important for parents to want to know, and this is just as important in my mind, is their Mercury sign. And I think I learned this from Sister Mara when I was a little younger in my Astro days. I think she said this, or somebody taught me this, and they was explaining that as a teacher, they like to understand the child's moon and Mercury. Pretty much what I was just saying. I got some additives to it, but I had learned to start looking into that from that lecture. I can't remember the lady's name, but that Mercury will show you how they physiologically see things in the world. It's a understanding of how do they put things into their brain and see it. So, for example, you can have a Mercury sign that is in Taurus. So they're a more sensual person. They might speak a little slower. They might take a little more time to even speak. They might even have a powerful voice. They might have the ability to say what they want, say what they mean, because they got that throat chakra energy, and it's gonna take time for them to rev up. But you know, when a bull gets on point, a bull is on point. So that's a Mercury in Taurus versus a Mercury in Pisces. Mercury in Pisces child might not be so able to express themselves with words, or they might even express themselves in like patterns of words. Like, so it might not be a complete sentence. They might just say, "I'm food hungry." Like it might come out a little weird because they're learning how to unmuddle that murky energy and use the opposite side of them, which is Virgo, a lot more able to articulate and fire off when it comes to the psychological aspects, because they're ruled by what? Mercury? You know what I'm saying? So these are just real easy, subtle ways to keep up with your child. You can understand your child so much more just knowing what type of energy they hold in their planets. So, okay, the sun is very important. Let's not get this twisted. The sun sign is very important, and the sun sign comes more into play as they get a little older. Maybe in the puberty ages, they're going to begin to explore their ego. And you know, if it's a boy and dad's in the house, they're going to explore how they can kind of brush up against dad and challenge him a little bit and see where their power lies, because that's how they test their ego or test their energy. They learn how to, rub shoulders with the boss, with the big one. You know what I'm saying? See if you got what it takes to kick it with him. You know what I'm saying? It's a little big. Let's see. So that sun sign comes into place around that time, Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because these going to be all kind of different sizes, different styles. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. Yeah, man. Parenting, man. Astro parenting. This stuff ain't easy, man. You gotta be a real strategic parent, especially these days, bro. strategic parent for real, because like you gotta appeal to their senses, because YouTube and Roblox and everything else is appealing to their senses and it's taking them over. So you can't just have them sitting up in the house looking miserable, being upset. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I have a moon sign son, Aries, and I know how fired up he gets. So at home, I gotta tell him to stop doing this, stop doing that. So I be looking like, man, let me stop saying stop. You know what I'm saying? Let him do something. Let him live. He's an Aries in the moon. His energy is off the wall. He wants to go. So I just take him across the street. We go down the river. We go do our thing. You know, let him climb a tree. Let him throw some rocks. Let him scream out in the nature. I still be like, bro, chill out. We trying to be peaceful. But, you know, I let him get his energy out, because his energy needs to get out as a Aries in the moon. So I also have a Taurus moon child. Now, that's my daughter. She's not as active as him. She likes to lay around a little more than him. She's cooler than him, chiller than him, you know? So it's just an understanding as to what child you're dealing with, what type of energy you're dealing with when it comes to that child. So like I said, the moon is very key at home. The Mercury helps you understand that psychological charge, like what floats their boat, what makes him want to go. Because if he's a Leo in Mercury, maybe he likes to challenge people, or maybe he likes to, or she likes to look at them as being it all the time. There's no other way of seeing it. I'm the most important one because I'm gonna shine the light on y'all. You know, they might see it like that, being a Leo and, you know, Mercury. But I had some more. Oh, yeah. Okay, so when parenting and raising the kids, especially a father, you know, you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna innately and naturally know which way to lead your kids, because that's just your energy, especially if you're a good leader. But it helps to know your child's north and south node. North and south node are very, very important, because you have their past life energy, or the energy that they come to this world and like are comfortable living, and then you have their north node energy, which is the energy that they need to be guided towards. And it helps to know that, because you can guide them a lot quicker and a lot faster if you know the destination. If you know the destination, you can really catapult that thing right on off to the right mechanism. You feel me? But if you're stunting their growth because you have a child that is not good at learning, he's not good at learning sitting down, but you want him to be a pianist, that thing might not work the same. So maybe he needs to be, or she needs to be, a little more active. Maybe they need to be playing a sport, a physical sport, because they have a different space of thought, And everybody has a job, so you put your kids in the right atmosphere to win. You know what I'm saying? It's simply that. Put them in the right atmosphere to win. And the way they win is you setting them up for the win. You feel me? So I like to look at my kids' North Node to see what they come to this world to do. And it's intriguing how it ties into me as a father, because your children teach you about yourself, and they challenge you to be your true divine self, not yourself you want to be just because you're enjoying the fruits of being a physical being and abusing some of that power. Now, more of the energy of you are divinely guided to where you need to be. You know. Divinely guided to where you need to be based on your guided star. So North Node is very important to check out because that'll show you, okay, they're here as a Sagittarius North Node. So that Sagittarius North Node will be a little more applicable with learning. They will be a little more applicable with book smarts. They will actually be very good to take them to the bookstore. You know what I'm saying? They need to go to the bookstore so that you can let them explore the wide world of books. And as they get older, let them explore the wide world of the world. Because Sagittarius likes to physically explore and upgrade their life with travel and philosophy and those things of such. So if they have a North Node of that, they're probably going to end up traveling anyway, but why not jumpstart them or help them if you're not, if you're not already doing it in a natural, organic way. But you'll find, like I said, a lot of that stuff is organically happening anyway. You're just able to key in on the things that you know a lot better, Another key would be their rising sign, which is what their star sign is, what they call that, right? So their rising sign is very key because if you look at the rising sign, you can see what's their chart ruler. Then you look at the chart ruler, you can look through and find different connections as to where that chart ruler's house is. So now that helps you understand how to utilize your rising star. You'll get there by which house. And then you'll look at that house and see what planets are accompanying that planet and placement. So you'll have a ability to break down like that. And these things are subtle, yet very telling when it comes to explaining who you really are. A lot of us, look good, smell good, sound good, and are good, calm people. That's fine. But sometimes we can still have shadow energy that is projected onto others that can be a little bit ugly or a little bit untamed. So there's always time for balance, and there's always space for spiritual balance, especially in a 7-year. You feel me? Especially in a 7-year. So that 7-year is asking you to get spiritually balanced. So maybe you got kids that are older this year and they not spiritually balanced and they going through it, taking you through it. But you didn't really prepare them the right way as a younger parent because you didn't understand their spiritual walk. You probably didn't even understand your spiritual walk. So you want to get in front of some of those things to help them understand their own walk, whether or not you have failed or passed your test in your spirit or not. You should always look at building and evolving the next generation. You know what I'm saying? What else do I got? Thinking about my children's signs to see what examples I can come up with. My first and second son, they have completely opposite Mercury sign. So one of them has Virgo Mercury. The other one has Pisces Mercury. Oh, man. So he's, I'm going to just say that for now. Both of my youngins, when they get together, they like fire and ice. They opposite, complete opposite. One of them is completely talkative and knows exactly what to say. The other one is trying to say what he needs to say and gets pissed before he can finish saying what he needs to say. Because the Virgo Mercury has said too much, too fast, too quick, and now he can't process. So it's not because he's slower or nothing. It's because he's more emotionally psychological. So the emotional energy takes him over a little bit more than the natural Virgo energy. The not natural, but the less emotional Mercury. So yeah, I ain't doing nothing tonight, man. I'm living life one day at a time. Working on new projects, man. It's that new energy out there. And y'all ain't gonna get enough of seeing me until y'all watch this video, download the energy, and get into an understanding. As that way you can come back to me, explain some stuff to me that I didn't understand, and we can learn full circle. You feel me? That's what this thing is about. Where is that? Yeah, that's what that's about, y'all. We bring this whole thing around full circle. We start conversations that build the edification of our preservation. You feel me? I don't know what we're doing now, but we might not even have this this Wi-Fi soon. So you better get the downloads and the messages out now. You better be figuring out how to get your own downloads. I'm just, talking to the people that like to talk like this, and the people that might need to talk like this and don't know it yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to y'all. That's who I'm talking to right now. Because I was once one of them people that just lived a life like other people live. And I'm looking at TV looking like, oh, that's the life we're supposed to live, and that's what we want to live, and we're trying to chase this. But when you have a real understanding as to who you are, you get a different picture as to how you want to operate, because you're not just operating off of what you have seen the masses do. Seeing the masses is not... Seeing the masses will show you what not to do. That'll show you what not to do, my boy. If you don't know, now you know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, y'all see my little art back here, man? I be posted up with my little art, but my boy Don Prophet, he did this one, and he did this one. I put my turtle over the face just to be funny, no disrespect, Don. But I did my Miles Morales, man. Shout out to the Black Spider-Man. No limitations is the theme, man. No limitations is the theme. Peace, family. And then we got my baby sis Formo down there. She did that Batman. I put that up, man, because that Formo energy is about finishing strong and kicking that shit in the fifth gear, even though it say 4. Kicking that shit in the 5th gear when it's time to really kick it up. So 4 mode is when you kick it up a notch and you score that 81 points like Kobe. You feel me? Then we got my More Dreams, man. We got the More Dreams fists up there, man. More Dreams is simply having a dream and chasing it, and then allowing others to dream. Because people, like I just said, you'll watch people on TV or watch this on TV, and you begin to think that that's the thing that you need, or that's the thing that we want to be. That's the type of energy that we want to portray ourselves as, when there's something far more greater sometimes that we don't even know Spirit had for us, and we're chasing and blocking our life and blocking our blessing with something that may be another person's dream, or something that may be a propagated dream that they put on TV. You feel me? And it's that 7 years to time for you to just let all that shit go, man. If we still holding on to them fake dreams, them jobs, them damn paychecks, them damn piss tests, all that bullshit, man. If we still holding on to that, man, it just ain't gonna be right. You feel me? It just ain't gonna be right. So this Astro parenting, it go for anything. It go for dating. It go for having your cousin. if you understand the person that you're in front of's energy at an astrological basis, you'll just have a more in-depth understanding as to who you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Your partner has a shadow, and that shadow might come out, but it's up to you to understand that, okay, they're working on their shadow. Or, okay, hey, look, you need to work on your shadow. This is a shadow part of you, and I'm tired of talking about it. You feel me? And it can help y'all key in on it together if y'all look at an astro chart and be like, oh, okay, well, technically this is my Lilith, and this is my Chiron. This is where I'm hurt at. And some of the things that I need to heal from may be this topic. And you'll be like, oh, that's da-da-da-da. You start putting the dots together. It's kind of like a roadmap. And it ain't a roadmap of some strange stuff that you've never seen. It's a roadmap of what your spirit already knows. It's a roadmap of what your spirit is trying to get you to follow and to get ready to endure. You feel me? Because I ain't gonna lie, if I won't follow him, if I won't follow my astro chart this year, I would have been done. Bitch, I would have been done. No way. If I won't follow my astro chart this year, nah, I wouldn't have made it, bro. What's the nigga say? Never would have made it. Man, we gonna pull up Marvin Sapp. What's his name? We gonna pull him up, man. I think that's his name. Nigga wouldn't have made it, bro. So I'm telling you, when you have a hard time, you know how people go to church? That's very good. That's very good. When you go to church and you searching for answers, that's good. You do church. But the same thing as people going to church, you wanna tackle your astro chart too. You wanna see where your astro chart is, what it's going through at the moment. The daily horoscope, not that little message that they say for all Geminis, they're gonna be lucky today. No, not that. But when you get into your chart, you see the transits. The planets have conversations with each other based on angles, right angles, direct opposites, 90 degrees, 45 degrees, 30 degrees, blase, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? This is all a matrix. So if Pluto is directly opposite of the sun, there's going to be a correlation, and there's going to be a conversation that plays out in your physical being, because you are the stars. You are the stars, and the stars are spiritual, and they play out on Earth second. So anything that's playing out on Earth, that means it's already manifested inside of you, inside of them, him, her, she, we, whatever. That type of energy is what you want to get in front of and kind of understand. Like, okay, I'm projecting this, and it's okay to have a safe projection, but when you're projecting shadow and you don't know it, you don't understand it, then that's when things become problematic in relationships for anyone. You feel me? That's a problem for anyone to have a shadow energy that they don't know what it is about and why they keep doing certain things, and why is there a cycle of certain things. That shadow can be nipped in the bud. So I say that to say, you can check your kids' shadow, and they're going to have that time where you like, this mother. But it's a particular shadow energy that's probably from you or your spouse, because that's your child. But it's a shadow energy that's been generated down to him as a karmic lesson from maybe parents that have not learned a lesson while making that child. So that Lilith, that Black Moon Lilith, can show you where their shadow may lie, and that house can show you what house they might have their gifts at, because when they can get a hold of that shadow, they can get a lesson out of what they're dealing with in that repetitive cycle. Then they can come out of the cycle and grow and use it as a gift, and it can be given upon others. Until then, it's only going to be projection that can be dysfunctional. You feel me? This is perfect year for shadow work, y'all. Shadow work is a perfect year. Hood Mystic is a great prospect for shadow work. If y'all don't know, check him out. He has a bunch of videos this week about shadow work, path work. It's been helping me out, so I know it'll help you out. You feel me? So get in front of your kid's shadow. You know what I'm saying? Teach them what they're going through. Your kid might be throwing mashed potatoes across the wall. You know what I'm saying? He might be throwing mashed potatoes across the wall, and you don't know why he keep throwing the mashed potatoes. But you find out his Lilith is in the first house, and he's super immature with his emotions. So your child needs a little more boundary when it comes to emotional prospecting. Give them hugs, give them nurturing, love them, teach them, guide them. Don't beat them. You know what I'm saying? Those type of things. You get in front of it like that. That's how you understand. Peace, family. You get in front of it like that when you understand, like, okay, he's just acting out of a shadow. Or, you know, even your spouse. Oh, okay, she's shadow acting. So let's take this back to the drawing board, and hopefully we can conversate about the shadow that's going on so that we can, you know, boost the harmony amongst others, because that's all you're ever trying to do. You're trying to deal with the harmony. The harmony is where you find great things, because if you're in disharmony, you see all the viral bullshit on TV. Disharmony, if you're looking for that, go to YouTube and go to the viral page where they show the black girl getting drugged by their mama in the yard. Like, don't get me started on that one. But it's just not right, man. You gotta learn harmony, especially amongst your babies, amongst your kids. You know, I'm a man, and I'm a real rough parent. So I be a little extra with my kids. But ultimately, I know how to nurture them. I know how to get in front of some of the things that they might not know why they're acting a certain way, because I've studied their chart and I've studied myself, and they're my children. So studying myself can already instantly let me know what's going on with them. But then when I dig into their chart, I'm like, oh, okay, this, oh, okay, this, you know. This goes for anybody. Look at just your own chart. You need to know these things about yourself. You need to know these things about you. Even your mother. If you know, your mother might be a certain way, and you be like, man, I'm always da-da-da-da-da. But you find out mama she just acting out of a certain shadow that might be, you know, a problem that she deals with from time to time, because she hadn't had the time to sit and really deal with it, because shadow work is kind of new as far as theory goes. Shadow work is really just balancing your chakras, and you know, there's other things to it, getting your yin and yang ready, right? Your anima and animus. I'm learning that there's a feminine to the man, and there's a masculine to the woman. So Hood Mystic says your shadow is the opposite sex of you, and you need to tend to that shadow before it starts to lash out and you don't know why it may be lashing out, you know. Let's see, that's cool. I like that one, you know. But yeah, I'm just cooling, and I'm booted, and I'm zooted, man. I'm just zooted on the life. I'm excited to know what God has for me. And I know you, if you're looking at this, I know you're excited to know what God has for you soon. Never doubt the fact that you may lack, or you may not have something at the moment. And this is something that I'm learning really is a spiritual essence. It's not a philosophy. It's really a magnetic thing. So the magnetism, laws of attraction work like this. If you know you ain't shit, you ain't shit. But if you know you the bomb, you know you the one that can take care of business. If you know you're the one that can do everything that's needed to get the job done, then it gets done. And I learned that at work actually too. But the fact that it works in spirit, it's the same thing. But I'm an electrician, and I will be trained to learn that there's nothing that you can't do. So don't formulate your mind to go to your manager that's above you and say, hey man, I can't move that da da da. You don't operate like that. You say, hey man, I need some help moving that da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? You get your mind into a space, and that helps with magnetism, the magnetic ability to draw things to you So if you walking around saying I ain't got no money, you ain't gonna get no money. But if you're really believing that you're gonna get some money or get something that's going to bless you, then that shit coming. It's coming because you're expecting it. And if your spirit is strong, you put in the work, and the magnetism is there, the blossoms are coming. You just have to wait on harvest sometimes and be patient. Just like most harvests, you have to wait, be patient. But if you believe your harvest is coming because you've sown those seeds, then shit, sit back and watch your harvest come. You know what I'm saying? Watch that harvest come because you got faith that your spirit put in the effort to do so. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be effort and magnetism involved in order for certain things to manifest. And I'm learning those things, and it's like, man, that's powerful. I can just, okay. I can just, just think like that. I can just write a letter to myself explaining the type of house that I'm walking through. That's my house. We're going to live there. We're going to do this. Oh, okay. And then it just starts to come together as your spirit. Because like I said, everything starts in the spirit first, then it manifests on earth. So we're learning that if you get in front of something, astrologically speaking, spiritually speaking, you're able to manifest the way that you need to. And that goes for your kids too. We're still on topic. This still is talking about your kids, your seed. You're sowing seeds, right? Your seeds are sown. Once you sow them seeds, you watch them harvest. So if you've sown your seeds in your child and they have completed certain things, but you're still worried about them, there's no need to worry about them. Why should you worry about them? Because you put all the keys in their hands. You put all the keys in their hands. You know what you taught them. You know they know how to tie their shoe. Why wouldn't he not know how to tie his shoe? I taught that boy in first grade. But it's that simple. And I'm learning that spiritually speaking, it's that simple too. If you develop your spirit, if you've coalesced, I don't even know what that word means. But if you connected your shadow with your physical, because your shadow would be your yin to your yang, or vice versa. That'll be a connection that you can harmonize right there. You're able to harmonize, and that gives you divine entry to your gifts, to your powers, to your abilities to manifest whatever it is that you need, whatever it is that you want. And it's up to you to figure out what you want to manifest. But once you got that gift and that ability, you can help yourself, help others. You can help yourself, help others. So we rich, we wealthy. We all good, all the time. You know what I'm saying? All good, all the time. So look, man, y'all tap in if y'all want to get some of these rings, man. I'm gonna start activating the sales and the shipping. But if y'all want to get these now, man, holler at me, DM me, man. I'm gonna put some rings together. These Thanos rings gonna be knacking, man. They're gonna be knacking. I got my little Thanos finger, man. But yeah, man, I'm just cooling, man. I ain't got nothing else really to say, man. I'm just trying to keep the spirit cool, trying to keep the Martian and everybody fired up, because that Martian wants to be fired up, man. The Martian got something to say, man. Everybody has a Martian in them. It's in a specific house. Your Mars is in a specific house, and it's in a specific sign. And that Martian will fight for what is correct and what is right in their spirit. So sometimes You be at work fighting that boss because that spirit like, man, f all this, man. You ain't with this, bruh. It's not you. Or spirit might even throw a Mickey in the game. You might get fired. You ain't did nothing wrong. You be like, what the f? You be looking at God, you be like, bruh, I know I ain't do that one. So then you got to start to put the pieces together and start understanding, okay, what is spirit trying to tell me? What is spirit trying to do with me? Because that Martian in you is trying to holler out, tell you what the 441 is. That Martian in you will tell you what the 441 is, man. And the 441, if don't nobody know what the 441 is, I'm going to tell you now. 441 equals 9, which is a completion, and it's chosen energy. But that's, if you look in the Bible, I forgot which and where, but it speaks on 144,000 souls, chosen souls, will be in control of the earth's manifestation. And that means the upgrade or the ascension process or the save the earth process, like Captain Planet energy. So there's 144 souls in control. And are you going to be one of them, or are you going to just watch out? Now, I'm not going to tell you that everybody's chosen, because that's not the case. But everybody has a role to play. And you play that shit like you chosen to do it. Everybody is chosen for a particular space. So even if you ain't a chosen divine individual, you still divine, and you still got a chosen right to do what you love on this earth. You know what I'm saying? So you use that Martian to fight. Use that Martian to jump off. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to get going out of here, man. Who is that? Samir. What you doing, bro? Okay, you want to come say what's up? He come. He said no. I'm gone, man. I'm going to go get these kids right. Y'all be blessed, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all keep your Martian intact, though. Make sure you look at your astrology. Look and find out where your Mars is, which house, 1 through 12, and what sign. And then DM me. And then I'll tell you what's up with your Martian. Peace and love, man.